E3 just happened. Well, most of it. In fact, I think it's still going on. But
at the time of recording,
I've seen everything that I want to see. First of all, let's just say that this E3 I think was probably the best in a long time.
Definitely,
because it was all about games and has some really nice looking games and some nice trailers that came out. So
well done, Xbox and Microsoft and all you chaps over there. You know,
and only a small amount of cringeworthy celebrities being casted onto the stage.
Amount. Yeah, we'll get to them. So I guess we'll start with our top
Tommy and
3
Bong's
picks.
top 3.
Well, top 6 in total if you combine the 3s together. Well, I'll start with my first one, which is Uncharted 4. Okay. So this was shown at the end of the Sony conference. And I found it to be
particularly physicsy.
It's hot amount of physics. I mean, it was always going to be good because it's Naughty Dog, but I mean, I just require it in my eyeballs and in my hands right now. So that was my first one. So what of yours?
For me, it's Ghost Recon Wildlands. I specifically enjoy the four-player co-op-ness of this E3.
Yeah, there's a lot of
every other
co-op.
game's four-player co-op, and that I particularly
which is
enjoy
excellent because I find that it enhances any game, no matter what it is. Yes, Wildlands. So that looks really. That looked like a cross between like Just Cause.
Imagine like special ops mercenaries go around hunting Mexican cartel. Well, it's in Bolivia actually. It's set in Bolivia.
Yeah. Well, Bolivia, Mexico. I mean, well, actually, I don't know. They're probably quite significantly far away
from
each other.
What's your next game?
My next one was also a surprise. Is the Last Guardian, which was announced at the start of the Sony press conference.
Yeah.
Now, this is a game I've been looking forward to for absolutely years, along with the rest of the world. It's from Team Ico, who made Ico and Shadow of the Colossus, which is my all-time favourite game. So I've been really looking forward to this. Now, the footage, it looks good.
Small child, gigantic beak dog.
Breaking news, small child guides massive beak dog through weird maze for some reason.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the only thing I would say is that it looks kind of dated. Because it's been in development for 8 years, though. So I can only assume that there'll be some graphics cleanups by the end, because it does kind of look like a PS3 game at the moment. But it did start development on the PS3, so...
Yeah, I think they need to release
that was hot, and I want it inside, well, not inside me, but at least in front of me.
Yeah,
pasted in front.
What's
of your second?
The next one for me is For Honor, which probably needs a name. It needs a name change, but
bad title, but looked really good.
Yeah. 4-player co-op again. Knights versus Samurai versus Vikings. I watched the gameplay trailer. It said 4v4 is a mode called Dominion, and that's when you have the Dynasty Warriors style soldiers. And you can,
it's just basically melee. Obviously, Knights, Samurais, and Vikings never actually fought each other, but that's fine. So, from what I could see of the trailer, the live gameplay as well, it looked quite melee. With a lot of head smashing and slicing and wheeling. So, let's hope that doesn't get. Let's hope that turns out good.
Yep.
Next, the final one is we were all looking forward to this, but Battlefront, which was hot. It was just the trailer was really good, and the co-op trailer was particularly good because it just looked, the fidelity on the graphics was
it looks
really,
a lot better
really
than
nice.
what I'd seen when I went to the Star Wars celebration.
Yeah, they've obviously worked on it. Although it was all running on PS4 those ones as well, so you can expect it to look even better on the PC. And it looked, the sound is what really sold it. Well, I was already sold, but it really pushed it home.
Well, all of the sounds in the game are like from the LucasArts museum or whatever it is. So
well, that's exactly. It's like Alien Isolation did a similar thing, and it really, really helps when you've got that original soundtrack and sound effects.
Good.
So that was hot,
hot. Well, my final game is Sea of Thieves, which
a pirate memory game, I believe.
It looks like a semi kind of MMO. I don't know how many player really, but
a survival game.
Well, from what you could see, the players had their names over their heads or whatever, and you could go on the high seas and you could kill like pirate skeletons and get booty. And I don't know.
I think it's going to be like a
Xbox
survival,
One
like a 100
and
player.
Windows 10 only though. So
well, I'll have to get Windows 10. Yeah. Fine. You forced my hand. It looks really nice. It has a nice art style, and it looked just looked like a nice. Again, I don't know what it is exactly. I think it's like a survival game. So I don't know how many players that'll host, in total, but we'll find out probably a lot later down the line because it's not out for a long time. But that was our top picks. And now we're going to go on to our surprises of the show. One each. You only get one surprise.
Yeah, one surprise.
So
Tommy!
my surprise. Yep, my surprise that surprised my eyes and my thighs was Shenmue 3. Now again, this is in the PlayStation conference. This is completely out of nowhere for me.
Yeah.
Shenmue is obviously a really old franchise that was very, very popular back on the Dreamcast, and I think GameCube.
Alarmingly,
I might be wrong.
Alarmingly, it's already been kickstarted in less than 24 hours.
They start
$2 million.
I was a bit weird that they decided to do a Kickstarter campaign, considering obviously PlayStation have got a lot of money, but I guess that's what they wanted to do. 2 million, it's already been funded within one day. That was always going to happen. It'll probably get to like 10 million, or even more.
Well, there's other target goals up to 4 and 5 million, I think, on the Kickstarter.
Yeah,
for, like,
it's
skill trees, actual things in the game. I don't know.
Yeah. Actual gameplay. It's basically just like a storytelling game, the old ones, but they were very, very popular, and they were the first of its kind, really, of that kind of thing. So I look forward to seeing how that develops.
Yes.
What of your surprise?
My surprise was South Park Fractured Butthole. Or Fractured Butthole. Now, obviously, it's funny. But I really did enjoy Stick of Truth. I played it on Xbox 360, and they said they were never ever going to do another one. And then suddenly, bam!
Liars.
Here's another cash cow.
Liars.
But no, it was a good game, and I look forward to this one.
Yeah, I haven't actually played the first one, but obviously South Park's it's funny. You can't go wrong with a bit of funny.
Also, straw polls on which scenes get banned in which countries, but yeah.
You what? Let's move on to fails of the show, or fails of the conferences anyway. What of your fail? What are the thing that you thought was particularly weird or disheartening?
Well, it was Pele the Husk.
Pele.
I mean, weaning out a doddering old man
Wherever.
to sit there and speak for 15 minutes incredibly slowly. So
we're playing football.
It's desperately hard to keep up with him and know what he's talking about. It was
obviously,
for diehard football fans, great. But E3's not about diehard football fans. It's about games. So
well, yeah, they just did it. It's a marketing ploy, and it kind of backfired because it
backfires
went on
year.
Too long. Let me tell you a tale. It was very cringe, and obviously it was it was quite quite cool for sports fans, but a bit cringy overall. Yeah, I didn't, but not as cringy as my fail.
Go on.
Which was Jason Can't Sing Rulo.
Jason Derulo.
Particularly bad performance from Jason Derulo for I believe it was for Just Dance. Somehow, some sort of promotion for that. But he just comes on stage. If you just cut to a clip of him trying to sing.
Oh God, my ears!
Oh Jesus! You talk about ear bleed. I mean, it was horrible. It's auto-tune city for him. Obviously, I mean that was just foul. It was just horrible. It was just horrible. The surprising thing though, the rest of the Ubisoft conference, because that was in the Ubi conference, so the rest of the conference was actually very good. But that was
particularly
a weak fart in a waft of strong ones, if that's a phrase. On to the last part of our E3 roundup, so to speak. Is the
honourable mentions.
Oh. Good. So honourable mentions. Now, so we've got. I've only got a few written down here. I've got the same ones, but Recore is the first one here.
Yeah, that was one of mine. Looks interesting, but no gameplay. So it's just an idea right now.
It's just an idea. It's just a trailer. It looks cool. It looks a bit like Journey, sort of a buddy co-op adventure.
Yeah.
So that was that. That looked. The
Also,
trailer looked nice.
well, female leads with Robo it's a running theme. It's Horizon Zero Dawn is one of my
more Robo action dogs and dinos. Robo Dino Fighter. That's from Guerrilla Games who make Killzone.
Yeah.
So that graphically that looks very
it looks
nice.
ridiculously good. And I also liked the battle system with the little harpoons and stuff. Yeah, it looked cool.
I look forward to seeing that develop. That was actually gameplay as well, so that was really nice to see. That was nice. Well done, Guerrilla.
Any other honourable mentions?
Well, my next one is the Nerdbuster itself, the Final Fantasy VII remake, which is everyone's been waiting for fucking years. It would never happen. No, it'll never happen. No, ever since it was the PS3 announcement E3 where they announced the PS3. They did a little skit. I don't know if we can get the trailer for that. There was a little. It was the opening scene from Final Fantasy VII, but done sort of in better graphics. Everyone went crazy for it, and that was, you're looking at 10 years ago. I don't even know, longer than 10 years ago. But they are actually doing the remake now. Whether that entails a remake of just the main game with extra bits, because The trailer doesn't make it clear, but I mean, I'm
like whether they've actually
added
added more to the game or if it's just same code base, different graphics.
We'll see.
And I personally would love a Final Fantasy IX remake, but 2025.
It's not gonna happen. Get rid of it.
Right. And the last honourable mention for me is really Dreams.
Dreams.
You know, they're trying to add
indie.
something.
Oh no, Media Monocle's not indie.
Well, no.
Well, I suppose they are. They started as indie.
They're trying to bring something new into the game space, which I really respect. It's basically make your dream a movie, and you can
it's just kind of a painting, a digital painting,
3D painting and animation studio, which then presumably
a lot easier to use.
Well, yeah.
It doesn't obviously the guy sort of waves his 6 axes around it, kind of makes a dude.
Yeah, but then it's automatically rigged and it gives it bones and stuff, which is pretty cool.
But essentially, it's just a creator of dreams, and you can obviously Media Molecule making Little Big Planet, all with the user-generated content.
That's pretty much the roundup of E3, except that obviously there's a lot of games that are coming out this year still. Batman on June 23rd.
Well, some of the stuff is new trailers coming out this year, which is good. You got Batman. Battlefront is this year as well.
Yeah, Battlefront's November 17th in North America, 20th in the UK. Thanks.
There's a Hitman new event.
December 8th for that one.
Yeah, so that's new. Again, Hitman. The last Hitman game I wasn't huge.
Well, this is kind of it's a bit of a reboot, kind of. It's weird. Yeah. They've just called it Hitman.
So just call it Hitman. Yeah. Well, they always do that.
And then
there's Tomb Raider as well.
Yeah, Rise of the Tomb Raider. That's November 10th. So that's some hot games coming. Also, there's that PVZ2. I don't know when that's coming out. Maybe that's going to be this year. I'm not sure.
There's loads of stuff. There was loads of other stuff as well. I would like to put in, but I only chose my top 3. Like Dark Souls 3 again. That's something I'm really looking forward to. But those are the most. Those are the most.
Deus Ex might be out this year. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But yeah,
that was the most game.
Yeah. Basically, E3 the way it should be, minus Pele and
games.
Derulo.
All the games. Yeah. No Pele, Derulo next year. Just more games. Oh, and apparently there's some game called Fallout 4 coming out as well.